Hi.
Can I confess something to you?
Please.
I'm very excited that you're here in particular. Um, Honestly, to add diversity to the show, there have been people of various ethnicities who have been supposed to come on the show, but a lot of them have been scared because I talk my shit online and they assume that I'm like anti-white when it's like not the case. I just talk a lot of shit. So
I, I got that feeling.
I'm glad and I'm excited that you're here so that everybody knows that this is a welcoming space.
Thank you.
So give the people your name, friend,
My name is Hope.
and your pronouns,
They, them.
your age.
46.
Oh, wow, friend, you moisturize well.
Wait a minute. Coconut oil. Right there.
What's your location?
I'm
And
in
if you
Sacramento.
that location, you could give us a region or a state.
I'm fine. I'm Sacramento, California.
Yeah, shout out to Cali. And give us your zodiac or birthday sign. Give us your birthday or zodiac sign.
December 24th, Capricorn.
A December Capricorn, all right. And how do you identify as far as sexual orientation?
Queer. Um, yeah. I will, I would love to date anyone who is not a cis het man.
What do you do for a living, friend?
I own my own business. I have a cleaning business. And I only work for queer friendly people. Yeah, that's been the best part of that is I've been doing it for going on 13 years now. And the community that I have built around me is amazing. And they're all queer people or queer adjacent. As well as I will not work for anyone who is racist.
Mm,
And that has felt so good to be able to say to people, oh no, I'm not going to be cleaning your house. Mm-mm, no.
I
Why is that?
appreciate
Listen
it.
to the way you talk.
I appreciate it, and congrats on your business and the success that you've been experiencing thus far.
Thank you. And I also do, I don't like the name of it, but I haven't thought of another name for it. Um, I coach, but people make fun of life coaches, so I don't like to call it that. So,
Oh, I thought that you were about this. I don't know which you were about to say that you coach, but I was scared.
okay,
I was scared for a
okay,
second.
well, I have coached that as well. So,
And do you feel like you're ready for love, friend?
always.
You're a romantic.
No, okay. So I was waiting for that question. Interestingly enough, I had a partner once tell me that I was not romantic. And their idea of romantic would have been for me to purchase tickets to Hawaii and take them as a surprise. That would have been their idea of romantic. And I said, "What do you mean? I'm romantic?" And they were like, "No, you're not, because you have never taken me on a surprise, trip." And I said, "The other day when we were at the store looking for furniture and we were giggling and tickling each other on the couch in front of everybody in the store, I felt closer to you in that moment than I had in a long time. That felt romantic to me." Like it's those everyday moments when you can just grab them from behind and give them a big old kiss on the neck and just feel,
Hmm.
that's romance to me. My thing is for me to plan a big thing like that, it creates stress for me and I get anxiety. And to me, that doesn't feel romantic.
Hmm.
Once I get there, I might chill out, but it's the building up to it.
Hmm.
It
Hmm.
just, it's very triggering for me. So I don't consider that romance. How long have I been single? I'm not. Um, I am polyamorous, and I have been with a nesting partner now for 3 years. The nesting part of that partnership actually was sort of forced because of the pandemic. When she and I were seeing each other before, it was more like she would come and stay with me for 3 days and then go back home to her house. She lives on a ranch with her parents, and so that was nice because we could go back and forth like that. And still, I'm a very independent person, so for me to have my own space and my own time is pretty important to me. But then the pandemic hit, and we didn't want to have to be separated, and we didn't know how long. So it was more important that she be here. And also, I didn't want her to get her parents sick, you know. We
Yeah.
weren't sure we weren't sure how it was spread or anything like that. So we were just like, okay, stay here. So she's been here for 3 years, and then I have another partner who lives in Midwestish. I don't want to reveal where she's at, but she's over by the East Coast, kind of. And she's been a friend of mine for about 10 years. And when she moved out there, we just sort of figured that a relationship between the two of us felt right. You know, like no matter what, when she and I are 70, 80 years old, we want to be sitting on our rocking chairs next to each other. And we don't care if there's three other people there with us.
Uh-huh.
But we definitely know that her and I want to be rocking together.
It sounds like successful polyamory. Um, First off, with you and your nesting partner, as I discussed earlier, that's when partners live together. How has it been working out? I'm curious if you don't mind sharing.
Oh no, I don't mind sharing at all. So we had a very strong bond in the very beginning where I don't know if you know about it, NRE, New Relationship Energy. That's
Yeah.
okay. So we had that really strong NRE, and we have a lot in common. We're both more masculine leaning um, people, and I'm attracted to the more masculine leaning folks. Um, my problem has been that the pandemic spun me into workaholicism.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, I have been encouraging her to not go back to the work that she was doing before the pandemic because it's that kind of work that was just killing her spirit. And
Mm,
so I've been encouraging her to seek something that brings her joy, but can also make her money, which is a long and slow process for some folks, depending on what your interests are. And so
mm-hmm.
that has put a change in our relationship where we're not as hot and heavy as we were the first year as far as like intimacy and sexuality and stuff like that, because I'm all workaholic brain and she's like trying to figure out whole new patterns of how she's going to exist in the world.
Mm,
And so there's a lot of patience and a lot of communication. So I would say that the relationship is still good, but has shifted from looking like one thing to looking like another thing, which is something I love about polyamory because in polyamory, that's kind of how it works to make it healthy is can you roll with the changes? Because it's not like we set up a rule and go, okay, this is how it's going to be, and it's always going to be like this. People evolve. I mean, hopefully, right? And as they're evolving, they might realize they're attracted to different people or different things about people. And I always want the people I love to be able to feel free and safe to explore those things. And that's, in fact, something my 19-year-old daughter works with me, and she told me today, I taught her how love is not ownership. Love is truly letting someone go if going is what is going to bring them the most joy and happiness in their life. She
mm-hmm.
said, because you did that with my dad. And I was like, I'm so glad.
What what led you to polyamory? What
Mm.
specific?
Um, I got into kink about 10 years ago. And it was in kink that I started meeting people. I was single, and I was going to these kink parties for a certain reason to get a need that I had met, not
Yeah.
intending to be in relationships. And that was when I met people that were polyamorous. Some of them admittedly were swingers. I'm not really into that, but I had to meet that so I could learn what I am into. Um, and when I saw like some really good, healthy examples of those people being in polyamorous relationships, inviting me in to be a part of their sexual experience,
Hmm.
but openly and honestly speaking to me and saying, you know, we are looking for X, Y, and Z, but not this, this, and this. Is that something you're comfortable with? And I was like, thank you so much for like offering me the whole fucking truth. Oh, am I allowed to cuss on here? I didn't even know.
You,
Okay.
I say all things, friend.
Okay. But so, yeah, so like that was how I got introduced to it. And then it just slowly evolved over the last 10 years or so.
So you mentioned that you prefer more masculine leaning individuals, no cis het men.
Right. I do prefer, okay, so I find myself attracted to, like, when I didn't know that I was non-binary, I was living as a lesbian, and I thought I was attracted to more butch type appearing women. But I'm kind of in this explorative space in my life now where I'm like, I don't really feel like I want to turn somebody down just because they're not necessarily very masculine. But I just know that that makes my tummy do flips. Want to see the masculine,
No,
um, or
I
androgyny. Really find androgyny fucking hot. Oof. Mm. My ex-girlfriend, beautiful, but always wore makeup. Okay, I'm not into makeup. I don't like the way it smells. I got some childhood trauma around makeup.
I'm sorry.
Um, it's, you know, eh.
Yeah,
It's because my mom tried to paint my face constantly and just tell me this is how you have to look so that people will accept you. And I'm sitting there chopping my hair off every day, not understanding why she's trying to force me to wear makeup at 10 and 11 years old. And she's like, well, if you're pretty enough, then you'll make friends. I'm like, oh God. So I'm working on it. But anyway, I was dating this woman who, or not dating, we were together for 4 years, who wore makeup, and she was very beautiful in her makeup. But you know what I loved the most about her was that when she did not put her makeup on and she pulled her hair back and she put on some grubby clothes and went out and worked on her car. So
every,
like,
every I've dated says the same about me.
yeah, you just never know. And that's why I don't like to limit myself because you just never know. Somebody could have both of those qualities. They're just not always upfront and showing.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I agree completely. Um, what is your age range for dating?
Mm. That was hard for me because I have a 28-year-old son. Well, I felt like it would be inappropriate because my dad dated a girl when I was 22. He dated somebody who was 23, and I almost vomited right on him when he
Yeah.
did that. I was like, that is disgusting. So I feel like 32 would be my lowest. Um, and on the higher end, I would have to say like 60. But I have a little caveat to that. Um, God, this sounds terrible. This is me being vulnerable. Um, I don't want to have to take care of anybody.
That's valid.
It is. And the thing is that that idea that I don't want to have to take care of someone goes both ways for the young or the old, really. I mean, when you break it down, because essentially I have been taking care of people since forever. I always say I was born an old person and I'm going to die a young, lively, excited, happy person. Um, I don't want, like, I was changing diapers, cooking dinner, and cleaning the house at 10, 11, and 12 years old. I don't want to do that. You
Yeah.
know, I had my first child at 17. So I never got to like enjoy life the way people usually do before they have children. So in my old years, I imagine myself really enjoying myself and not having to take care of anybody. I don't want to have like, if my partner has Alzheimer's, that's fine, but we need to get you a caretaker.
Hmm.
I do not, I will love you and I will be by your side, but I do not want to be the one who has to change your goddamn diapers. And like, I just,
It's
it's a boundary.
with the fact that you own your own business. Do you have any income requirements or preferences for a partner?
Um, Not really, but realistically at my age, because there is something that clicked when I hit 45. Um, you start to worry about your golden years. Like I'm a workaholic. If everyone I love around me doesn't have a job, I will work till I'm dead to make sure we all have a roof over our head. And I do not want to work till I'm dead. So I would like a partner who has a decent, comfortable income. Don't have to be rich. I'm not into fancy things. But I would at least like them to have a retirement plan.
Would you prefer a night out or night in?
Night in. I am a nudist, and in the summertime, I would be running around the house naked, and I would be watching. I love watching zombie movies, and I don't really like going out anymore. I used to. I used to go to open mic nights and read my poetry and get all groovy with the snap snap. Oh, I love those nights, but I'm kind of old for that now. I'm a hyper independent person, so I think it's good for me to have relationships with people who are dominant because I'm a boss in my life and I need to come home and not always have to be boss.
Mm,
Um, I need to, I need someone to tell me that I will be receiving this gift. You know what I mean?
mm.
Like, because I'm the type of person that says, oh, no, 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 don't do that for me. I don't want you to go out of your way. No, I don't want you to spend your money. I just need someone to say, no, bitch, here is your gift. Now lay down and enjoy it or whatever.
I'm getting the impression that you wouldn't be open to relocating for love.
I can't. No, I've got three children here in Sacramento and one in Colorado. The three kids here are 14, 16, and 19. They live with their father. I'm just mentioning that because some people really need to know that stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't want to go too far from them. Plus, my work completely sustains my life in a comfortable way that I couldn't imagine trying to start all over again somewhere else.
Mm.
You know, I've got a network from roller derby to the queer community to nonprofit work that I've done here. I couldn't leave. Just too solid here.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
And I'm not judging at all. Final question.
Mm,
What would make you a great partner?
I am patient. I am open minded. I am willing to be introspective. Um, I will listen and I will not judge and I will love deeply. TikTok is at Hope and Minded and then Hope Satori True Love on Facebook.
And that is Hope, Hope, Satori, Satori,
Mm-hmm.
and True Love, Trulove, right?
Yes. Yes.